first installment of the 3-Minute Book Club from the Woodford County Library. It's the book club for short attention spans like ours. The first book that we're going to be talking about is Shades of Milk and Honey by Mary Robinette Kowal. Basically, it takes place kind of during the Jane Austen Regency era, and it has some magic in it. So it's classified in the fantasy section. And going into this, it was kind of surprised because Janice has a background of reading Regency and Jane Austen and just really loves it, and me, not so much. So we kind of went into this book being like, well, Heather, take one for the team, you just read it, see how it is, and I loved it. The thing is, the things that I dislike about the Regency era, about how women are treated, and the kind of the brutal reality of that, were kind of glanced over in this book. So it's almost like a fairy tale, and the magic in here was really interesting too, because it's called glamour, and it's part of what they call womanly arts, what would make you more marriageable, like music and embroidery, things like that, painting, and there's a nice love story in it that I enjoyed as well. But Janice had the opposite opinion of the book, and I thought that was really interesting. So,
well, like Heather was saying, I've enjoyed things like Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Emma by Jane Austen for several years. I picked up Pride and Prejudice when I was in 6th grade for the first time, and I've read it a multitude of times since then. I'm much older now. And I really enjoyed that world. I liked that it portrayed life in the day of these women, and it wasn't just going to fancy parties and meeting the man of your dreams. It really showed, like Heather was saying, what kind of reality women were facing, that without that man they would be destitute and left to a fate worse than most could imagine.
And so, this was like, oh, maybe I'll be a spinster, so... And it's like, no, you don't want to be a spinster. And her dad's like, okay, honey, so...
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
So, with this book, I was anticipating something that was more fantasy-based. I felt like the glamour magic that they were talking about wasn't as well done as I would have liked to have seen. I was anticipating it was going to be more fantasy and less borrowing from Pride and Prejudice and things like that have been written Regency era sort of things. And I felt like it wasn't as well done as a lot of things I've read regarding that. But I think that if you go into it without expecting that kind of complexity, you're going to really enjoy it. It's going to be a light, beachy read.
Definitely beach read.
I would recommend it for you summer readers, people who are going on vacation, who just want something lighthearted, a little romance, a little quirk.
So that's it for Shades of Milk and Honey. You can check it out at the library. You can get on our website, reserve it. We'll put it on hold for you just in time for maybe the end of spring break. And that's it for us.
Come check us out.
Bye.